Even you. I don't even want to say his name because I'm still angry about him not giving me any credit and actually talking crap about me. But Khabib, he retired on his own terms.
What did you say?
Yeah, he was just like I saw in a presser, they asked him a question and he was just completely downgrading the whole win and everything like that.
What?
So, yeah.
Downgraded your win?
Yeah, it totally broke my heart.
Female fighters is like, even we can watch UFC call Amanda Nunes is like greatest of all time. Like we can watch what Juliana Peña did, the Amanda, but Juliana Peña, she is not like greatest or something like this.
Why would he?
I know. I was like,
win?
dude, you're breaking my heart, man. Like, I freaking love you. Like, seriously. Like, ugh.
Not only that, if you watched that win, how the fuck could anybody say anything bad about that?
He must be friends with Kayla Harrison or something. I don't know. Because he was like, if this is the top of the women's division, it's a joke. I mean, like, it wasn't very nice. I didn't appreciate it, Khabib.
Well, I can't imagine how much money the new fight is going to generate. The rematch is going to be gigantic.
I mean, that's what I'm just using his own words again. He said mega $1 million fight. He said biggest fight in women's history.
Well, I think the idea was that Amanda was undefeated and she was the GOAT and this would be the big challenge to her. But also that's,
big challenge. You guys, even you. That's why I came here, to have a bone to pick with you.
What's the bone?
Even you were like, the week or the 2 weeks before the fight, it'd be another UFC, and they'd be like, "Oh yeah, UFC 269 is coming up. Amanda Nunes defending her belt against Juliana Peña." Anyways, Valentina's the only one that can pose a threat to Amanda Nunes. I'm like, I'm fighting her. You guys won't even say my name. I'm fighting. You're talking about somebody who's in another division who's lost to her 2 times. You guys won't even give me any credit in the world. It's like nobody was giving me credit for that fight. Well, not even you.
Listen. Reality is, if you look at your record and if you look at the people that you lost to and you look at what she's done, it looked like she had a massive advantage over you.
Sure.
She was being called the greatest woman of all time.
Sure.
You lost to Jermaine Duran to me. You had one. Who'd you beat after that?
Sarah McMahon.
You beat Sarah McMahon, and then was there one more fight after that?
I was supposed to fight Holly, but she pulled out for injury, and then since Holly pulled out,
Amanda.
It was Amanda.
So that's one loss.
Yeah.
So you had one loss, one win, and then fight for the title. It's not doubting your abilities.
Weirder things have happened.
Weirder things have happened, but you can't say that when you're talking about the future of fighting. If you're looking at like the rankings and you're looking at who's going to challenge who and how things line up, it's not a disrespect to you. It's just the reality of your record. Yeah.
Misha was 0-2 when she got a title shot. There was other people that like did absolutely nothing that were getting title shots.
Yeah, but that was when Misha had lost to Ronda over in Strike Force. So it was like there was history behind it, and the division was very shallow back then.
Yeah.
The division, when Ronda first won the title or came over and became the champ, the division is night and day different.
Yeah.
And there's so much talent now.
Right.
There's so much talent 25, there's so much talent 35.
Yeah.
So when we're doing that, we're just trying to think of like what's the biggest hype up fight.
Right.
Valentina is one of the greatest martial arts practitioners, period.
Yep.
And when you look at her being a threat to Amanda, you would say that would be the biggest threat to Amanda. And you're trying to set things up and talk about the future.
Yeah.
Let's just talk about it realistically, based on accomplishments.
Yeah.
But now, obviously, you've accomplished something that nobody did. So it's a different animal now.
Yeah.
So now going into this fight, I'll talk about you very differently.
Yeah, well, I hope so. I'm like,
I love you.
I gotta go to Texas, man. I gotta clear my name. I'm sick of this. No respect.
Listen, I'm not here to disparage you. I'm here to pump you up.
No, I know.
100%.
I'm pumped up.
I love that win. I loved it. I went crazy. I think if you beat Amanda again at 35, when?
Yes.
At 35, and then you fight her for the 45-pound title.
Yes.
That would be crazy. That would be like bullying.
Yeah. Well, somebody suggested, well, what if she doesn't decide to take the fight with you and decides to take an easier fight at 45 and retires off into the sunset? I'm like, she can't. She can't do that. She would look like the biggest coward on earth.
And everybody was aware of the Kayla fight. Everybody was aware that Kayla was in the audience. And they were trying to set that fight up.
And how dare they, right? Because Kayla is like talking about how she's training partners with Amanda and how she learns so much from Amanda and how amazing Amanda is as a training partner and how she has just learned so much from the champ. And so I'm so confused because you want Amanda to win so that you can fight your friend?
Well, they just want to get paid.
Yeah. Well, she's getting paid more than I am at the making the millions over there at the PFL.
I think the idea was that, and I'm just guessing, that Amanda this worldwide recognition as the greatest women fighter of all time. If she beat you, then you get this giant super fight with this Olympic judo medalist who seems like, you know, when you look at Kayla, she seems like a threat. Like you go, okay, well, Amanda's this like super strong, like really good grappler, knockout puncher. Kayla is such an elite judoka. She's so good, and she's so fucking strong. You think, oh, like that could be a giant super fight.
Yeah.
And I think they probably thought if she came over to the UFC, they would have like the biggest female fight of all time.
Yeah, well, I really messed that up, didn't I?
Fuck that thing up good.
Who needs enemies with friends like these, you know, especially with Kayla and Amanda being like training partners and like hugging each other and now they're going to fight each other. Like, come on, like it's ridiculous. But if Kayla wants to come over to the UFC and make weight, let pack your lunch, chick.
Make 35.
Yeah. 35, 45, whatever you guys want to do.
You'll fight her at 45? It was weird to watch Amanda fold so quickly, like get tired so quickly.
Yeah. Yeah, she's never tapped before, ever.
Really?
Never.
Wow.
Never tapped.
She tapped quick too.
Yeah.
Were you under the chin?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's hard to tell from that, from the angle because you're smaller
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. No, my
You didn't even
shoulder
have your
blade
hooks
was
in, though.
no hooks, no problem. My that's like the first thing that they teach you in jiu-jitsu. Back of the shoulder, right on the back of that brainstem there. Yeah, I was absolutely underneath the chin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
They're like, she quit. Like quitting and tapping. What's the difference? If you tap, you're quitting. If you quit, you tap.
you had her.
Yeah.
That's all it was.
The rights.
But she was so tired. It was crazy. It was almost like
She took a lot of shots.
oh yeah, not
She
just
took a
that.
lot of shots.
She took a lot of heavy shots.
Heavy shots.
That jab was thunder. You were cracking her with that jab. But on top of that, it was also like, oh my God, I'm losing. Like she was realizing, oh my God, I'm like the anxiety. She had to realize like she's getting fucked up.
And she was rocked on the feet. I could see her eyes were as big as plates. And she was like, oh, F. You know what I mean?
When you look back on did it play out the way you felt like it was going to play out?
Yes.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Yeah. I wasn't sure exactly how, and I wasn't sure when, but I knew without a doubt that I was going to win.
You know, one of the things that everybody says about Amanda is her power is shocking. Did you feel that her power was shocking?
Well, we have to cut back to the way that I grew up for me to answer that question properly. In the 80s, you know, people wore those knee-high socks with like the 2 stripes on them, right? The tube socks. My brother would pack more socks in the bottom of this tube sock and pack it real tight and swing it around. He'd call it sock bombs. And he beat the heck out of us with these sock bombs. Like, if you can take a sock bomb punch, you can take a real punch, you know? And so I've been getting my ass kicked my entire life. Yeah, does she hit hard? Sure, you know, but can I take it? Yes. Am I the type of person that can take it? Yes. Like, have you seen this big chin? You know, like I got it, you know?
Well, you had a very good high guard too. Like you kept your hands in good position. You were very defensively responsible.